And welcome back, everyone. As you can see, we've still got some more of this very green level to take care of, so let's get to it. And I feel like now is as good a time as any to tie up some of the loose ends that we've discussed earlier. We know that we are here to take down a Seton mega weapon so that the Skedar can't get their hands on it, and as you may know if you have been paying attention to this point, the Skedar are the ones that have been pulling the strings all along. They've controlled Datadyne and the NSA in order to obtain this goal. So, we've talked about earlier, how do we know we're the good guys and what are the Carrington Institute's interests in this whole story? Well, as you know, the Skedar and the Mayans are at war, and the Skedar are looking to tip the balance in their favor, so they're attempting to obtain the Seton megaweapon, which has the power to destroy planets. But before they can use it on the Mayan homeworld, the Skedar are going to test and calibrate it by destroying the Earth. That's where the Carrington Institute comes in. So it's worth pointing out again that the United States government, at least the executive branch, had no idea what was going on, and they are relying on a Scottish man and his institute full of well-trained assassins and agents to clean up this mess for him. It really makes you lose faith in the government, doesn't it, guys? We'll take a moment to ponder upon that, but first we're going to watch Elvis get attacked by little Skedar. Now, as I've mentioned before, Elvis is very easy to kill, so if you think I'm being heartless by not helping him, I'm actually doing him a favor. Now, those little Skedar are apparently, if I remember correctly, full-grown. The larger Skedar that we encounter in other parts of the game are actually little Skedar wearing body armor. So essentially what we're doing now is we are shooting those glass canister-like things and looking for Skedar to kill through the far sight and taking out drone guns. Those are what the drone guns actually look like. Now we're going to see that that door is locked and make our way to another glass canister and look for more Skedar to come through the door. I'm not quite sure why I'm using this method here. The Skedar without body armor are much easier to kill than the other ones, and the far sight is very difficult to aim, and should only be used for longer distances, but I don't care right now, do I? Apparently those giant glass things that we are shooting are power conduits or something, I don't know. They have to do with opening doors, but I can't quite remember anything more than that. And while we're in this dark green level, let's take a second to address something I've been asked to talk about. My friend Ashley asked me to talk about the fact that in games like this, in this era, that protagonists... that is a drone. Let me just go and check this out. In games in this era, the protagonists would pick up items such as ammo and firearms by walking over them, essentially picking up things with their feet. And Ashley told me to address this phenomenon. So, there you go, Ashley, I addressed it. It happens. Hey, so we've done some things, and apparently the mega weapon has been disabled. I never noticed that before. Hey, there's Dr. Carroll too. So if you're paying attention, we have just received a message that said the Seton mega weapon has been disabled, and right now I'm trying to trigger a cutscene, and I can't quite figure out how to do it. So we're gonna look around and open a door, and apparently I have to do something to trigger the cutscene. So after an ungodly long amount of time, we find the backup disk, so let's give Dr. Carroll a new version of Windows 2000 and see what happens.
There goes. I just hope Datadyne haven't done anything to prevent this.
Fire
virus detected.
Me and my big mouth.
Commencing countermeasures. Commence.
Dr. Carroll? Are you in control again? Can you stop the program?
Yes, I'm back again, my dear. But the program has run far too long for me to prevent it from completing. There is only one way out now.
What do you mean?
When the program has run, I will have control of a vastly powerful weapon. It cannot be allowed to exist, so I must destroy the Cetum, and unfortunately, myself along with it. I'm sorry, Joanna. There's no other way, and no time to discuss this. Go now. Avoid the Skadar, and you will have time to escape. It has been an honor to work with you. Goodbye, Joanna Dog.
We have to get out of here!
So what you're telling me is that even though we received a message saying the mega weapon has been disabled, albeit through a very strange way just by shooting some power conduits, we received a message that said the mega weapon has been disabled, but then we enter a cutscene 30 seconds later saying it's too late, and that Dr. Carroll needs to sacrifice himself for the good of the universe. I have nothing to say except I don't want to think about it. Hooray for plot holes. Go ahead and tune in next time. I promise you there's going to be fewer explosions and a little bit more color. Hopefully no green. Wow, directed by Michael Bay, am I right? Shut up, I don't have to prove anything to you.